story of the Western Conference Finals had been of Laker control. That was then. Phoenix has been energized by returning to their desert oasis, where Amari Stoudemire's rediscovered his mojo, and his rhythm in the post hit L.A. hard in Game 3.
Stoudemire, who has had rhythm right from the start.
The Suns' win was unlocked by a key defensive adjustment.
We did a great job in our zone defense.
Who's better zone than they played the other night?
We were sharp against the zone.
Yeah, obviously the zone was big for us.
They did a good job with that.
The zone defense. Each defender is responsible for guarding an area of the floor or zone. Zone defenders adjust position in relation to where the ball moves.
Now the onus of responding swings toward L.A.
I saw this coming. They wasn't going to come out here and roll over.
With temperatures rising in the desert, this series isn't for the faint of heart.
We got to fight tooth and nail for every inch.
And don't forget the nose. Lakers, Suns, Game 4, next.
It is another beautiful 85-degree day in the Valley of the Sun. And following Sunday night Suns win in Game 3, Phoenix fans are excited about their team's chances to even up this best-of-7 Western Conference Final. Tonight on TNT, it is Game 4 with the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Phoenix Suns. The Lakers with a 2-1 lead. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with the new head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, Doug Collins. We'll be joined momentarily by Craig Sager working the sidelines, and Doug looking back at Game 3, the big story, along with the breakout performance by Amari Stoudemire. The fact that the Suns were so successful using the zone against the Lakers. How do you see the Lakers adjusting to it, and how long can a team go with the zone?
Well, that was pretty interesting. They played it almost for the last 3 quarters of the game, and they really got the Lakers out of sync, Marv. The Lakers got stuck on the perimeter. They shot 9 of 32 from 3. And after a very good first quarter, the Lakers shot 57% at 32 points. They never got back in sync. A couple of the things too, Marv, the Suns were plus 21 points at the free throw line. They kept the Lakers off the foul line, and that point differential in the paint that was plus 20 for the Lakers in Game 1, plus 10 in Game 2, only plus 4 in Game 3. So they did a much better job defending the paint.
All right, both teams just about set to go as we check out the Taco Bell starting lineup for the Lakers. Up front, Pau Gasol, Ron Artest, Andrew Bynum, who was questionable because of the knee injury, but Phil Jackson saying that he will start at the guards. Derek Fisher and Kobe Bryant. Suns with a front line of Amari Stoudemire, who had that sensational 42-point game. Grant Hill, Robin Lopez, who's played so well, and in the backcourt, Jason Richardson and the extremely resilient Steve Nash, who had 17 points, 15 assists, and a broken nose in Game 3. And Doug, Steve says, well, it was really a rearranged nose.
Well, he played great the other day, and he got his team actively involved. Jason Richardson was able to get out on the fast break. He had 11 points in transition. But the real key, Marv, was the other night in the game, only 7 turnovers for the Phoenix Suns, 11 points for the Lakers. In the 2 games in LA, the Lakers had 41 points off turnovers. The team that has won the turnover battle has won every game.
The officiating crew, Dan Crawford, Ken Maurer, James Capers, the alternate, Michael Smith, and we're underway. Battle on that opening tip, and it ends up in the hands of Fisher.
I think the Suns are going to zone on the first possession. Alvin Gentry told us this. He said, we're going to see how they attack this early.
Well, here is Fisher for 3. Now they say it's a 2. He had a foot on the line, so they attack it by hitting the first shot.
Yeah, Derek Fisher with 18 the other day in the ball game, 3 of 6 from 3. He and Pau Gasol and Kobe Bryant were the 3 Lakers that played well.
Stoudemire met by Gasol. Nice crossover. Then he is stopped, last touch by the Lakers with that loss the other night. For the Lakers, their first defeat, and this is hard to imagine, although these series have been spread out, their first loss in 29 days. The last previous loss, Oklahoma City, April 24th, Game 4 of that tough opening round series. Here's Richardson, right back for the Suns.
Well, he had a good ball game the other night, Marv. As I said before, 19 points. He had 4 of 7 of 3, but he had 11 fast break points. That's where he gets out and gets that early offense.
Lakers Lakers had won 8 straight playoff games. Coming into game 3. Artest not even looking for the shot. And he's wide open, so he takes it and hits. That's a 2. He had a foot on the line.
Well, a good sign for the Lakers, the fact they knocked down a couple long-range jumpers. The big key is they don't start living out there for those jump shots.
Nash able to recover. Finds the open man. Hill, yes. Grant Hill had a very quiet game 3, just 5 points, 1 of 4 from the field. Did have 9 rebounds, 3 steals.
Yeah, 9 defensive rebounds. So when you play that zone, you have to have other people rebound. Grant did a nice job of that.
Looking very active at the start. Phil Jackson telling us earlier he looked pretty good at practice yesterday.
Yeah, he said he tried to block a shot the other day against Goran Dragic, came down on that leg and actually was okay. Phil said he was very concerned about the way he landed, but actually recovered quite nicely.
This is not a good possession for the Suns. Stoudemire bails him out.
That's exactly what he did. He bailed him out.
And as we have discussed on a number of occasions, when it is not 12 seconds or less, things do get a little disorganized for Phoenix. Artest again in 3-point territory. He's tempted. Changed his mind. They're giving him that shot. A triple team Bynum. Shot clock to 5. Fisher for 3. Good box out by Lopez. Stoudemire. Very close to a travel. Nash rejected by Gasol. Stoudemire. That would have been a wild backhanded tip by Lopez, but it's recovered, and a foul on Artest as Richardson is shaken up.
Now we have to keep our eye on Amari Stoudemire here. Obviously, as Jason Richardson is on the ground, hopefully nothing serious there. But Amari Stoudemire started the game out the other night, Mark. He was attacking. He was driving. He shot 7 free throws in that first quarter. Everything here has been a jump shot. He cannot go away from that aggressive attacking mode he had the other night in the game. And the Lakers really want to get back there and fill with Bynum and use his size back there to make it tough for Amari Stoudemire to finish.
And remember, game 3 was extremely physical. That's a defensive 3-second violation on the Lakers. Steve Nash with the broken nose, making contact with Derek Fisher's head. It's like saying that your face ended up in someone's fist. Nash also took an elbow in the jaw from Kobe. Amari Stoudemire ended up with that bleeding gash on his forehead and a rare miss at the foul line for one of the league's best. Steve Nash, Robin Lopez, and Derek Fisher bumping each other. Remember, moving down the court. Lopez with the elbow on Fisher, both given technical fouls. Yes, it is playoff time, and that's what we saw here the other night.
And it was actually an 8-point game, only 19 seconds to go. A lot of people upset that Fisher even took the foul, but that's Derek Fisher. He's going to play to the end of the ball game. He's not going to let the clock just wind out.
Game is tied at 6. We're just underway here at US Airways Center in Phoenix. Pass off the mark, but they save it. Here's Gasol. Rebounded by Richardson. Nash with the pull-up for 3. Kept alive by Hill. And deflected out. Last touch by Bryant.
But see, that's when the Suns are at their best. When they get the defensive stops, they get a chance to get their early offense. The Lakers cannot get back and wall Steve Nash in. That time you've got a pretty good look at that 3-point shot, and then Grant Hill with the long rebound.
Stoudemire. And rebounded by Bynum. Amari Stoudemire opening up 1 of 4 from the field. On the turnover, here comes Richardson. He has Lopez in front of him. Pass play broken up and then knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol.
The turnovers the other day against the Phoenix Suns, the Lakers, very careless. They had 17 turnovers that led to 16 points. 6 of those were in the first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. It's a careless pass that time by Jason Richardson. He's much better being the finisher than he is the initiator on the break.
Nash. Bynum had it slapped away by Lopez. Last touch by Artest. hustle by Robin Lopez.
Well, he had a terrific game the other day, Marv. When you look at his numbers, 20 points. He had 12 in the paint and 8 of 10 from the floor. 88% free throw shooter. How about that for a big guy, Mark? Walked to the line the other night and knocked in all 4 of his free throws. And he can make that shot right there. Although that didn't look good.
Bryant played by Hill here at the start, finding Bynum. Ash with the shovel to Lopez. He's off. Stoudemire with the rebound. That will not count. The foul before the shot on the Lakers.
But so you can see what happens when the Suns get in the running game. They really want Amari Stoudemire and Robin Lopez to really run the floor hard. You saw Lopez miss the shot, but Amari Stoudemire with that rebound. So the bigs running are very important for the Suns.
Bryant picked up the foul. Second team foul on the Lakers. Hill wide open. Yes.
Well, Phoenix Suns, Mark, normally are not a great offensive rebounding team. They have 10 missed shots tonight, already 4 offensive rebounds, so Phil Jackson cannot be happy with the rebounding.
Artest with a strong move. And the game is tied at 8. Ashley able to lose Fisher on the pick. Richardson for 3. Richardson hit 4 from downtown on Sunday night. Nice spin by Bryant. And a loose ball foul on the Lakers. That's their 3rd team foul. Foul call on Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol on this loose ball looks like he tries to pull Amari Stoudemire down. It's a tough call there. Very much incidental contact on that play.
Hill played by Bryant. Looks to go baseline. Bryant went down, trying to draw the foul. So Grant Hill, who had a huge game 2, he helped bring the Suns back with 14 of his 23. And the third quarter's hit a couple of jumpers here at the start. Gasol, rebound Richardson. Richardson challenged Gasol, and then it's Lopez. Suns general manager Steve Kerr giving credit to assistant coaches Bill Cartwright and John Shoemate. He feels very instrumental in the improvement by Lopez this season. Nice move by Gasol. It counts, and the foul.
What I love about Lopez, he's got a motor, Mark. When you got a big guy that's got that kind of motor, that kind of energy, he's going to get better because he's going to be able to get in the gym and really work. That's a nice little give and go that time by Gasol going down the lane. He gets the easy score. Touch foul by Amari Stoudemire. You got to stay away from that one.
It is time for Cold Hard Facts presented by Coors Light. Doug, how about your keys for tonight?
Well, the zone effect, Mark, we talked about a little bit while ago, but the ability of the Suns to keep the Lakers off the free throw line, plus 21 for the Suns in that game 3. And for the Lakers, points in the paint only plus 4, so that paint differential came way down from 20 in the first game down to 4 in game 3. 3-point line, way too many threes for the Los Angeles Lakers, and their 3 playoff losses, an average of almost 29. In their wins, only 18, so you can see how they managed that, get in the paint. Odom and Artest, they got to bounce back tonight, 8 of 27 in game 3, and an encore performance from Nash and Stoudemire. Stoudemire with 42 and 11, got to the line 18 times. How about Steve Nash? 17 points with his 15 assists. He had his hands in 53 of the Suns' points.
On the subject of the disparity at the free throw stripe, as Richardson on the drive, not able to hit. Kept alive, and then Lamar Odom just checked in, able to come up with that loose ball. Phil Jackson said no argument about the difference in foul shooting. Said the Suns attacked the rim. We did not.
Well, 32 threes. They got hung out there, and they start falling in love with it. And Odom and Artest did not attack the rim at all.
Here's Odom on the drive.
That's that area that Alvin Gentry was worried about with Pau Gasol catching it around the foul line. He's such a great passer. Is if you flash behind the paint or that little area back there that is Odom did, you're going to get the easy basket.
Channing Frye just checked in. Has now missed his last 17 shots. He is now 1 for 21 overall in this series. Here's Artest firing one up. Bad shot. The save attempted by Richardson, who lands several rows back. Ends up flying into the crowd and looks to be all right.
See, Marv, you have to have the ability, as we see Richardson here, just to all-out hustle. But Artest, when he doesn't have that shot, we call it taking up slack. You drive the ball at the defender, and then you make the play. No one presented themselves, and he had to take that wild shot at the basket.
Lamar Odom coming on for Andrew Bynum after 2 excellent games. Not a factor the other night. Artest.
That's that area again. Artest and Gasol both should be very effective. Foul line extended tonight, so keep our eye on that area to see if the Lakers continue attack.
7-0 run for the Lakers. Artest has hit 3 of his first 4. Hill for 3. Deflected out. The officials looking at each other, and they say last touch by the Suns.
It's interesting. Kobe Bryant has come out tonight, only taken 1 shot in the game. Mark, remember in Game 3, he came out with the Suns playing man-to-man, 7 of 9, had 15 points and 4 assists, and then they went to zone, and he continued to play well, but it really stymied the rest of his teammates.
And over the past 8 games since Kobe had that knee drained, he's averaged 32 points, 7 assists, shooting 52%, and the Lakers have won 8 of their last 9.
He had turnover problems early in the playoffs before that happened. Since he's had that knee drain, 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio.
Shot clock down to 3. Beautiful feed inside, and Gasol able to convert. Lakers up 17-12 on 9 unanswered points. Chest rebounded by Frye. Nash pushing. Lakers get back. There's Nash on a spin and nowhere to go. Frye keeps it alive, and he draws the foul.
That's a chance for him now to go to the line and make a couple free throws. Mark, was interesting the other day in the ball game. Alvin Gentry put him on the free throw line to shoot the technical free throw. He was not the best free throw shooter on the floor at the time. It was actually Barbosa. Alvin Gentry was hoping that maybe Frye would step up there and knock that free throw, in which he did, and maybe he saw the ball go in the basket, but it did not help the rest of his game.
Foul committed by Odom. Channing Frye started his NBA career with the Knicks, spent 2 years in New York, last 2 with Portland, a couple of years with the Blazers, particularly a disappointing second season, and shot the ball very well during the regular year for the Suns. In fact, 44% from three-point land, and now he's in a position, missing that first field goal attempt, 17 straight misses. He is closing in on the all-time postseason record, which is a dubious distinction. Most consecutive misses in the playoffs. Sam Cassell at one point for the Boston Celtics, 2008, missed 20 in a row. Fisher backs up and hits. It's a 2-pointer. The official, Jim Capers, was right on the scene checking out the spot. So the Lakers now lead at 19-14. Nash with a nice move.
I thought Pau Gasol was going to come over there and maybe challenge that shot. Derek Fisher knocked Steve Nash off balance just a little bit, but the ability to hang in the air and kiss that ball off the glass with his left hand.
And a timeout is taken by Phil Jackson with 2:21 left in this opening quarter. Good run put together by the Lakers. They are up by 3 here in Phoenix.
Welcome back to Phoenix, where LA leads by 3. Andrew Bynum played 6 minutes early in the first quarter. He's on the bench now, adjusting a knee brace that he says is very uncomfortable and restricts his range of motion. Doctors say without it, he'd be prone to hyperextending his knee and further tearing the meniscus. Now, he played 7 minutes in the last game, then did practice yesterday, but there was still some swelling in the knee, and not the type that can be drained. Bynum has been advised that he definitely will need surgery at the end of the season, and until then, it is not going to get any better. The Lakers only hope that he can find a way to block out the pain and be a factor as the playoffs continue.
Thank you, Craig. It has been an injury-hit season for Andrew Bynum. Now, Luke Walton, who has played sparingly in the postseason, hampered by back spasms, checked in here for the first time in the last couple of games.
Well, the Suns have started out here tonight, Marv, once again, shooting very poorly, 7 of 22. They're 0 of 5 now from 3. That makes them 20 for 71 from the three-point line in the series, 28%. They shot 41% in the regular season.
Stoudemire got the step on Gasol. And Amari starting to look more active, as we saw in Game 3. Not the case first 2 games of the series.
Well, when you take Bynum out of the game and you put Gasol on Stoudemire, when he beats him off the drive, they don't have the shot blocking they normally have back there, so Amari really has a free run at the rim.
Artest too strong on that shot, and a loose ball foul on the Suns.
As we take a look at this drive, watch when Amari drives. Normally it would be Bynum coming over and giving some help. You see nobody getting there. Odom a little slow in the recovery. And they love to run a shot blocker over and make Amari shoot the ball over a contested 7-footer.
Jared Dudley, who had just checked in, called on that foul. Both teams with 14 fouls. Shannon Brown now has checked in. So Brown and Fisher at the guards. Gasol, Walton, and Odom up front. Kobe Bryant getting a rest. Minute 20 left in this first quarter. 1-point Laker lead. Fry guarding Gasol. Walton trying to get it on the hop to Odom, but kicked out. Last touch by Fry.
I mean, you can see the patience of the Lakers. Rather than taking that quick 3, guys are driving the ball in the gaps, trying to get 2 guys to play them, and then finding someone going to the basket. That time the ball was kicked out of bounds.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Walton. Good box out by Dudley, and it leads to a loose ball foul, putting the Lakers over the limit. Foul on Gasol. That's his second.
Well, Gasol that time just goes right over the back. And with Bynum being a guy right now that's struggling with that knee, Mark, he's got to stay out of foul trouble. He's really their only other big guy. Now, they can bring Benga off the bench, but he's really a guy that Phil uses more in emergency situations. Bynum is back in the game.
There's DJ Benga. Bynum, as you mentioned, has checked in. 2 shots coming up for Dudley on that good box out. Check out TNT Overtime live now on NBA.com to watch exclusive player follow cameras of the Suns and the Lakers. TNT Overtime only on NBA.com.
Well, the Suns are going to need some good play from their bench. Their bench has been so good for them all season long. But Marvin, Game 3, they had 15 points, 3 of 21 from the floor, 0 for 11 from 3, and it's a big part of their team as Dudley goes up to the line and misses them both.
Stoudemire with the opportunity, then try to back tap a Jordan Farmar, who just came on. Came up with the loose ball. Nicely guarded. Bynum puts it down.
Nice penetrating drive by Luke Walton. Phil Jackson loves Luke Walton because he says he's a facilitator of the offense. He's one of the best guys on the team, moving the basketball to the open area.
So effective in that triangle. Goran Dragic now works the point. Coming on for Steve Nash. This is Dragic on the pull-up. Yes.
Very important shot. I thought the other day he was a little bit out of sync, Marv. He's one of those guys that plays very, herky-jerky, and sometimes it's tough to figure out what he wants to do. He can be either on or off.
Odom. So a good start for Lamar Odom. Lakers up by 3. Richardson for 3 as the Suns look to go 2 for 1. The game is tied at 23. Now the Lakers are no rush. At a 2.5 differential. Shannon Brown. And time runs out. After 1. Lakers and Suns tied 23 apiece. Lakers shoot 50% from the field in this opening quarter.
Welcome back to Phoenix. It's time for the Forward Coach's Corner. I'm here with Lakers head coach Phil Jackson with the score tied at 23. In the first 3 games of the series, you scored 35, 36, and 32 points in the first quarter. What's different tonight?
We have 23.
Is it the Lakers having bad shot selection or Phoenix playing good defense?
No, they've got second shots tonight. It's changed the complexity of the game. They've got like 6 offensive rebounds. That's a big difference in it.
Kobe, only 1 field goal attempt. Why?
Well, he hasn't really been looking for his offense right now. He's getting other guys involved.
All right, thanks a lot. Thank you, Mark.
And there has been much speculation concerning the coaching future of Phil Jackson. Reportedly, Laker owner Jerry Buss would like to reduce that $12 million a year salary if Phil does re-sign with the Lakers. And now there are reports that the Bulls, particularly in an effort to attract LeBron James, has deadly knocks down the 3 to get the second quarter underway. Reports that the Bulls are interested, the Nets are interested, the Cavaliers are interested, which I don't doubt. The other question is, Brian comes up short. Is it a negotiating ploy by Phil? Phil said earlier as Dragic moves to the baseline and misses on the jumper, but an offensive foul is called illegal pick by Amundsen.
They love to set this little sideline step-up screen. Normally that's Nash coming off. That time Amundsen did not get set on the pick, and he was called for the moving foul there.
Phil was asked about all the speculation earlier, and he said, you know, I'm very bad with commitments. He wasn't necessarily talking about basketball. It was a self-effacing social note on the part of Phil. As Shannon Brown is able to convert.
Mark, they've had about 3 long jump shots tonight that if they would just take a little step back, they would get 3-point field goals. So they've had a lot of long twos here.
Oh, strong move by Barbosa. Andrew Barbosa in the backcourt with Goran Dragic. They have Fry, Amundsen, and Dudley up front. So once again, Alvin Gentry without a starter on the floor, likes to go with the bench. A pure bench move. Bad pass. Recovered by Brian. Trying to call for time. It's a drop ball.
That's a great job by Dragic going down on the floor to jump to get that jump ball. He's a very feisty competitor. Went right down, forced the jump ball. But Phoenix is really staying in that zone defense. And Kobe gets smacked right in the face that time by Shannon Brown as Barbosa goes to the basket to get the very difficult layup.
Suns have a 3-point lead. A minute and a half gone by here in the second quarter. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager. We're at U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix. Game 4 of this best-of-7 Western Conference final. Game 5 back in L.A. at Staples. Thursday night, we'll have it right here on TNT.
I get the sense Kobe's going to start looking for his shot here pretty quickly. Took one here early. There's a nice play by Bynum. Just go right over the top of Fry.
And the second opportunity by Bynum, able to get the roll. So Andrew Bynum, who was struggling at the start, has come back and made an impact. 6.5 rebounds at all. Oh, what a move by Dragic. Whoa!
That's that play I was telling you about. He keeps his dribble, and sometimes you're not sure, do I get out of his way? Where do I go? But that lane just opened up, and beautiful drive by Dragic.
I would think he, as Bryant throws it down low, Bynum lost it. I would think Dragic would be difficult to play with.
No question.
Barbosa behind the back. Barbosa hands to Amundsen. Amundsen on a recovery, lays it home.
Those are the high-energy plays that the bench comes up with for the Phoenix Suns. I talked about their inability the other day, 3 of 21. Tonight they're giving Alvin Gentry some nice bench play.
Bryant draws the double. Fama lost the dribble. Looked like a double dribble.
The Suns are very active in this zone. Look at the shot that ends up they have to take to get a shot clock violation. Well, Alvin Gentry's got to be thrilled once again. Lakers here only 27 points. Marv, remember the first 2 games they were averaging 126, shooting 58%. Tonight shooting under 45%. They're 0 of 7 from 3. So Phoenix has to like what they're doing now defensively.
We're seeing some of that improved defense that the Suns did demonstrate earlier in the playoffs. Here's Dragic, rejected. Brown got a piece of it.
Wow, what a block by Shannon Brown.
Fama wide open. Farmar with a fadeaway. Odom missed the putback, but he was pushed from behind by Barbosa.
The high energy of Goran Dragic off the bench. This is a circuitous route to the basket, but he's going to finally get there. Little hesitation, the up and under, the kiss off the glass, and this is the hustle play of Louis Amundsen. That's why they call him Lou here in Phoenix. The Suns like it. They're up 5.
I can tell you right now, we keep the ball out of this area right here, and they shoot their shots, they're not going to beat us. They will not beat us shooting those shots. So just live with it. Hey, we've done a good job. Everything is a challenge shot. So they make a few, that's okay. We'll do that. We just got to keep the ball out of there.
Well, Marv, you and I were in Alvin's office before the game. This is the area that he's talking about right there. And Gasol, Artest, Odom, very good in that area. They can either shoot the ball or it opens up great passing areas inside. So Alvin Gentry said, look, keep the ball out of there. If they shoot those jump shots, you can live with it. Remember, Marv, about a few minutes ago, I said the Lakers have made a lot of long two-point field goals tonight. They're 0 of 7 from 3. Said they're not going to beat us shooting long twos, and that's what he was talking about in that timeout.
Odom just a 65% shooter at the line during the season. Fouled by Barbosa. The Suns now lead at 32-28. Games 1 and 2, the Lakers with 128 points, 124 points. They shot 58% in both games. They were hitting their threes. Things turned in game 3. And the Suns have played very well defensively. Seen a lot of zone once again here in this first half. Phoenix with the ball, up by 4. Here's Dragic, sets it up. Amundsen. Well, Dragic with a terrific play. And Amundsen on the lay-in.
All this is happening with Nash on the bench. The Phoenix Suns were down 19-18 when he went down on the bench. So they're +7 while he is coming to the Dragic has been in the ball game.
Kobe Bryant. And for Kobe, his first field goal. Had not been looking for a shot at the start. Barbosa. Yes.
Well, he can get hot in a hurry. I remember in the series a few years ago when Raja Bell was sidelined after clotheslining Kobe Bryant. Barbosa had a brilliant game 6 to force a game 7.
Bryant has hit 2 in a row.
You better get to him. That's the one guy you do not want to leave open and let him get hot.
The other night, Bryant 13 of 24, 36 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds, so 1 rebound away from his first ever playoff triple-double. Last touch by Farmar. Phoenix will have 10 on the shot clock.
Well, Dragic getting inside once again, and then Bynum steps up. Nice little pump fake. Amundsen lets the defender Lamar Odom fly by, and then Barbosa. That step-up screen we showed a while ago, this time it's Barbosa, and he nails the jump shot.
Derek Fisher back in, defending on Dragic. Fisher coming out for Farmar. Shot clock down to 5. Dudley is fouled. Counts on the foul. Jared Dudley on the double team was walloped and was able to go glass. He will now head to the line.
Well, this bench is revitalized here tonight. What a shot by Jared Dudley. Great concentration. He had to feel Kobe Bryant coming in there behind him. Steps up to the line, though. That's 3 straight free throw misses for Jared Dudley.
Bryant committing that foul. That's his second.
And Gasol has 2, so we got to keep our eye on the 2 stars for the Lakers with their foul trouble.
Brown gets it down low. Nice setup for Bynum, and Bynum has been a factor. It's 8 points for Andrew Bynum. Fry for 3.
Whoa! Finally!
And Doug, that was the first time he had his feet set. He had that look. He's receiving a standing ovation from this crowd after missing his previous 17 shots. Here's Dragic. Fry feeling it. Not that time. Kept alive by Dragic. Dragic fires. Rebounded by Odom.
Boy, the energy in this building right now after Channing Frye hit that 3. Had he hit that with a back-to-back, the roof would have come off this place. But right now, the Suns are out hustling the Lakers to all those 50-50 balls, Marv.
Here's Odom. Rebounded by Dudley.
This is the pace they want. The first 12 seconds.
Jared Dudley from downtown, and the Suns open up a 10-point lead. Phil Jackson wants to talk it over.
Well, the much maligned bench of Game 3, Channing Frye finally knocks down a shot. The crowd loves it. Followed up by Jared Dudley with the long three. And boy, the Suns love it. They lead by 10, and Phil Jackson rarely uses a timeout. He needs one here. The Suns by 10. What an effort by this Phoenix Suns bench. They have electrified this crowd. What a difference a game makes. And it happened in Game 3 as well in the second quarter. Phil Jackson talked about what a very poor quarter they had played after a great first quarter. That's when the Suns went zone. But Marv, how about tonight? The Phoenix Suns bench 25 points, 10 of 14 from the floor, 3 of 6 from 3. That's after being 3 of 21, 0 of 11, on only 15 points in Game 3. Look at this run, and it's the energy of this Suns bench, and it's also one of the reasons why Alvin Gentry was afraid to play zone in Game 3 in the practice session leading up to that. This second unit of the Suns shot lights out. He was afraid to use it until his coaches said, "Coach, we've got maybe the second or the best three-point shooting bench in the NBA. We've got to go with it."
They were a little leery about the zone defenses. Bryant hits again. He thought he was hit. Thought it was hacked by Amundsen.
Well, Kobe realizes now he's got to go to work.
Barbosa wide open. It's another three-point shot. Leandro Barbosa catching fire. He has 7 points. Bryant, for 3.
Whoa. That was a line drive over Amundsen.
Coming up on 5 minutes to play in this first half. Phoenix already with 5 threes, 5 of 12 from downtown. Offensive foul on Barbosa.
You could just get a sense that Kobe Bryant realized his team being down 10, he was going to have to go to work. Back-to-back very difficult shots for Kobe Bryant.
And now Alvin Gentry making some changes. Here's Steve Nash checking back in, along with Jason Richardson. They replaced Dragic and Barbosa.
And this makes Nash better because now he is fresh. He's going to have a lot of energy, and now he'll be matched up once against Derek Fisher.
Gasol is back playing with the 2 personals. Archescu just checked back in. Called for the traveling violation. Now Robin Lopez will replace Channing Frye. Amari Stoudemire returns, and the hand is for Frye, who after missing 17 consecutive shots, hit a 3 earlier in this second quarter.
Look at that bench. Look at that bench, Marv. That's the team that the other day, as I said before, was 3 of 21 for only 15 points. In a game that they were able to win with those kind of numbers. We spoke early in the game that this bench was going to have to come through tonight, and they have done that.
Well, Channing Frye gets a hand, sits down, and now gets back up because they could not make the substitution.
Well, maybe he'll another one to get another hand. Right here, he's got an open shot. If he would have shot it. Here it is.
Nash instead for 3. Yes. They are on fire from three-point land. The Suns by 10.
And as every moment goes by, the Suns are getting more confident playing this zone defense because the Lakers still are struggling to score against it.
Shot clock to 7. Archescu now has to fire one and hits a three. So that was an excellent defensive possession by Phoenix. And they're disappointed because Artest was able to hit at the last second as Fry is able to hit again from downtown. Channing Fry has made his return to this playoff series. Artest. Crowd wanted to travel. Gasol. And the tip is good by Odom.
Good ball movement that time by the Lakers, and an excellent offensive rebound by Odom. Amari Stoudemire's got to clean up that defensive backboard.
The Suns' last 5 field goals have been three-pointers. Stoudemire rebounded by Bryant. He's come alive in this second quarter. Kobe with 10 points in all after the slow start. Here's Bryant again. The Phoenix lead now to 6. Fry for 3. Yes. Channing Fry with his third three-pointer of the second quarter.
Isn't it amazing when one shot goes in, what it does for your confidence?
Bryant off the fake. Fisher open for 3.
Nobody could make a shot. Now nobody can miss.
Now they're saying it's a two-pointer. Fisher had a foot on the line. 2.5 remaining in what has been a very entertaining second quarter here in Phoenix. Suns with a 7-point lead. Dudley for 3. This one way off. Played by Richardson. That's close to an assist for Dudley.
I tell you right now, Phil Jackson's got to be upset that the Phoenix Suns are coming up with all those loose balls.
Bryant, yes. Kobe Bryant with a 3. He has 15 points all in the second quarter. It's his third 3. And the shooting exhibition continues. Steve Nash extends to a 60-52 advantage.
Well, that time they switched the screen roll so that Channing Fry could not get the 3, and Steve Nash with a tough shot over Odom.
Gasol draws the foul. So Powell will enter the line. He was triple teamed. The foul called on Fry.
Well, when you shoot 40% or 41% in the regular season, you're eventually going to start making some shots. Steve Nash, Channing Fry, Jared Dudley, Channing Fry. It has been contagious here, but the Lakers have answered, and it's only an 8-point lead.
Our Doug will take a look at the Ford driving force, and Kobe Bryant with this onslaught in the second quarter has moved up a notch in terms of most points scored in NBA playoff history, moving past Karl Malone. Michael Jordan on top, followed by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then Shaquille O'Neal, and Kobe has been on fire.
Yeah, he really started out slowly getting others involved. He was 0-2 in the first 15 minutes. He's gone to work 6 for 6 in the last 7 minutes. And the Phoenix Suns, Marv, 37 points in this quarter. Normally Phil Jackson would like to keep them under 30. They're looking at a possible 40-point second quarter.
They're high in the playoffs this season, 39 in a quarter, so they are closing in on that. They had a 45-point quarter during the regular season. Pau Gasol coming off another superb game the other night, 45 minutes, 11 of 14, 20. 3 points, been plagued by the 2 early fouls. As far as Powell, 2 of 5 from the field, 6 points. Suns up by 7. Here's Richardson on the curl and gets the drop.
He loves that play. Remember, Marv, in game 2, they ran that play for him in the third quarter. He must have scored 4 times on that. The Lakers have not been able to defend it throughout the series.
So that equals a high for a quarter in the playoffs for the Suns with 39 points. Fry got a piece of it. Picked up by Nash. A minute left, first half. Nash saw the opening. Nash on the drive. Phil Jackson will not have a happy halftime talk with his team. With the Suns exploding in this first half. Odom able to get to the rim.
Well, Odom and Artest have played better tonight. They've combined for 18 points. But how about the bench scoring, Marv? 11 for the Lakers, 34 for the Phoenix Suns.
Nash putting a move on Fisher, able to stay with him. Shot clock down to 6. Nash hands it off to Stoudemire.
They have that down so beautifully. Nash will penetrate, and Stoudemire will cut right off him. It's almost like a quarterback with a handoff to a running back. They run that play beautifully.
Coming up, the T-Mobile halftime report. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Reggie from here at U.S. Airways Center. Moments away, final seconds, first half. Bryant from way downtown. The Suns with a 64-55 lead at the half. They outscored the Lakers 41-32 in the second quarter, including 7 of 10 from beyond the three-point line. They shoot 55% for the half. Lakers shot 52%, led by Kobe Bryant, did all his damage in the second quarter. How about Channing Frye, who came in ice cold? 11 points for Frye after missing his previous 17 shots, turning it in the second quarter. Let's go to Craig.
Well, thanks, Marv. I've been bugging you all throughout this series about your poor shooting today. You told me this is going to be your night. Were you just saying that, or did you really believe it, and why?
I believe that every night. You know, I put in the time. You know, I'm continuing in my faith, and you know what? My teammates believe in me. And I told you guys before, it's about me getting on the glass and defensive energy. And tonight I got a couple hands on balls, I got steals, around running, and so it gets my offense going. So, you know, got to thank my teammates, and, you know, got to thank my coaches for believing in me.
Your coach definitely believed in you. He said, listen, go out there. If you miss shots, they're not going to put the pressure on you. They're going to say, why is that crazy coach still have that guy out there?
Right. You know what? I know he feels like that, but for me, I take more pride in wearing the Suns uniform than that. So it's about getting the stops on the defensive end. And you know what? They're taking jumpers and they're staying out the lane. So our zone's working, and we just need to continue to have energy and have some fun out here.
All right, thanks a lot. Channing Frye, leading scorer for the Phoenix Suns, and they have a big second quarter. We'll be back with the T-Mobile halftime report live from Phoenix, Arizona. EJ, Kenny, Charles, and Reggie.
Welcome back to Phoenix, Arizona. We head to the second half. The Suns with a 64-55 lead on the Lakers. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager. You look at the numbers in the second quarter with the Suns outscoring the Lakers 41-32. Phoenix shot 17 of 23 from the field in the second, including 7 of 10 from downtown. And it was the Suns bench that led the way.
Well, they outscored the starters 34-30. They had 6 of 10 from 3 and Marv. They were terrific. Dragic with his slashing drive. Jared Dudley stepping up behind that three-point line. And Barbosa with that speed and quickness, he takes the ball to the rim. Amundsen with a little pump fake, the up and under. Channing Frye finally sees the ball go in the basket. 3 of 5 from 3 for Channing Frye. And Marv, offensive efficiency for the Phoenix Suns. You see how much of it was the bench, but how about the Suns? 55% field goal shooting, 50% from 3. They're plus 12 points from 3. And how about this? 16 assists and only 2 turnovers.
Check of the game summary presented by Budweiser. And as you mentioned, both teams did shoot well. It's only a 9-point lead for the Suns as well as they played in that second quarter. But you see that the differential in terms of three-point shooting, turnovers, and the bench points dramatic. 34-11 with Phoenix well in front of that department. Let's go to Craig.
Well, after that 41-point quarter, some adjustments by the Lakers, particularly on the defensive end. They said they took away Amari Stoudemire's roles of the basket. They were so effective with his 42 points in Game 3, but instead the ball is swinging on the perimeter to Jared Dudley and also, of course, to Channing Frye. They want to put more pressure on Steve Nash down front and make the rotations a whole lot quicker. According to the Lakers coaching staff, we know we can score. We just have to find ways to stop Phoenix.
All right, thank you, Craig. Good job there by Kobe Bryant coming over to help, coming up with a block shot. Just 9 remaining on the 24. Nash gets it in. Richardson passed on a 3. Rebounded by Bryant. Kobe Bryant with all 15 of his points in the second quarter. Nice fake to draw the foul on Richardson.
You have to be so disciplined when you play Kobe Bryant because he is terrific at coming at you in rhythm. Looks like he's going to shoot the ball. He gives you the great shot fake, and you cannot leave your feet here. He's going to create contact and do what he's doing now. Let's get to the free throw line.
As we watch Kobe at the line, a look at the upcoming national television schedule. ESPN tomorrow night, the Eastern Conference Finals Game 5. Orlando staying alive with the victory last night, led by the combination of Jameer Nelson and Dwight Howard. Boston at Orlando. That's tomorrow night. And we'll be with you from Staples in LA Thursday night right here on TNT for Game 5 of the Western Conference Final Series.
You know, Marv, just to follow up that report with Sager, that screen roll of Amari Stoudemire and Nash that you see right there, that's that play. If you're going to take away that roll right there, that three-point shooting is going to be open, and the Lakers do a nice job jamming that play and creating the turnover.
That's a rare turnover committed by Nash. Nice pass inside. Artest on the reverse. 11 points for Ron Artest. 6-point lead for Phoenix. Lopez. And the tip by Stoudemire. 8 points for Amari Stoudemire, coming off 42 points on 14 of 22 from the field the other night. That equaled a playoff career high. Bryant.
He has that brilliant drive where he can stop on a dime and pull up and shoot the shot. And Marv, the one thing this zone has done with the Phoenix Suns too, it's limited Pau Gasol's effectiveness. So they're going to need him in the second half. He's only taken 5 shots here tonight for 6 points.
Stoudemire putting a move on Gasol. And the Pau, it appeared, did not want to pick up a third foul.
But here's what happens. Now you stay open. Now you stay attached to those 3-point shooters. Now Amari Stoudemire's got room to go to work. So that's what caused all the Lakers' problems here tonight, is that matchup with him, trying to slow him down.
Gasol got the step. Strong move. Went right at Lopez. The Suns with a 68-62 lead. Phoenix trying to tie up this series at 2. And the outside official, Capers, calling the foul.
It's on Derek Fisher there, Marv. What ended up happening? He tried to punish that screen roll, got that elbow into Amari Stoudemire.
Here's Stoudemire again. They go right at Gasol.
That right-hand drive, Alvin Gentry talked to us before the game. That's where they want him to catch the ball. And Andrew Bynum's getting an earful because he's not coming over to protect the basket. He's got to be the guy to help on those Amari Stoudemire drives. Nowhere to be found. Here's the isolation. He's got him on the baseline, just too quick for Gasol. It's a very difficult shot. And then the last play here, watch as he drives. Find him there with a little matador defense, and he walks off the floor. He gets an earful from Phil Jackson. Well, the Phoenix Suns by 8, and when Amari Stoudemire catches that ball on the wing, Marv, you're going to see this guy, Andrew Bynum, as he puts that cumbersome brace on that really takes his mobility away, and it's tough for him to come out after halftime and get himself started. But Amari, when he starts to drive, as you see this right here, reaching in with that right hand instead of sliding over, getting his body in there and making Stoudemire play over the top of both he and Gasol, you get the easy layup. Derek Fisher not happy with the play, but you wonder how much of it has lost the mobility with that torn knee cartilage.
Andrew Bynum earlier in the year had a strained left Achilles tendon. And now the torn cartilage in his right knee. He's been playing through it during the course of the postseason. Bryant with a long three-pointer from straight away. Kobe Bryant got off slowly, looking to set teammates up, and then came on in the second quarter. Now has 21 points for the night, and the Lakers are within 5. Phoenix is led by as many as 10. 3 minutes gone by. Third quarter. Stoudemire pitches it out. Here's Hill for 3. Rebounded by Bynum.
It was interesting on that matchup. Bynum guarded Amari Stoudemire almost with the idea that there would be another help defender rather than he be the guy that has to help.
And Bryant is open. Another 3 for Kobe. 24 points. All have come in the last 12 minutes of play, and he's brought the Lakers within 2. That's his 5th three-pointer. The block by Gasol. You can hear the Laker contingent in this crowd. They double up on Bynum. Good job. Nash on the save. Got it to Richardson. So the Lakers turn it over. Richardson for 3. Rebounded by Stoudemire. Stoudemire made the turn, and he's fouled.
Well, you can see the frustration in Andrew Bynum, Marv. On that last possession, they double-teamed him, they swarmed him, forced a turnover, then he gets the hard foul, but Kobe Bryant with a beautiful rotation on that jump shot. Then he follows it with the next one on the left wing. 6 quick points. So that lead evaporates in a hurry down to 2 as Amari Stoudemire will go to the line. And tonight, Amari Stoudemire, Marv, how many free throws has he shot in the game?
This his first.
And he shot 18 the other night. So obviously the memo was stop hacking Stoudemire and play him without fouling.
Bynum was called for the foul. Stoudemire 77% at the line during the season. He had been a major disappointment over the first 2 games of this series, particularly off the boards. He had that 3-rebound performance in game 1, but game 3 Sunday night, different story all around with the 42 points, 11 rebounds. Artest off the dribble. Artest able to get inside, and it's put down by Bynum.
What dribble penetration will do, it will force the big man to come over and help, and then it will open up offensive rebounding.
Nash in a crowd, and he's fouled. Bryant argues the call. Fisher called out that foul. That's his second.
That's a tough matchup to referee because there's going to be contact on every play, and they've got a rule. Is Fisher getting the advantage with the bumping, or is Nash getting some advantage?
Little give and go. Stoudemire gets inside, and he'll head back to the line.
That pick and roll once again. They do it from all different angles, Marv. They'll do it from the wing. They'll do it from the middle. They'll step up from the side. They'll make the quick pass, and Nash won't make the feed to Amari Stoudemire. That time it was Grant Hill.
Foul called on Artest. Lakers in foul trouble early. That's their 4th team foul. Programming reminder, a new season and a new reason to get more leverage. The Leverage 2-hour season premiere event is Sunday, June 20th at 9/8 Central, only on TNT.
The Phoenix Suns, after shooting 42 free throw attempts the other night, in the game only 10 tonight. And Kobe Bryant, they asked him after game 3 what was the problem with that, and he said, we were just doing too much hacking. We got to play without fouling. They've done a much better job of that tonight.
Stoudemire showing signs. 7 of his 13 points here in the third. Bryant off a series of fakes. Good job by the Suns. Lopez and Hill kept it alive. And that is deflected out by Fisher. 3-point lead for the Suns. Head coach Alvin Gentry took over from Terry Porter, your one-time assistant in Detroit, and head coach for all or part of 7 seasons with the Heat, Pistons, Clippers, and now the Suns. Shot clock down to 5. Hill on the pull-up. Lopez came up short on a tip, and right there for the second chance.
Now, both big Laker players were on the board that time, and Lopez just wanted it more. Bynum and Gasol were right there, and Lopez just went up and tipped that ball in over both of them.
6 points, 6 rebounds for Robin Lopez. Bryant on a catch and shoot, missed the three, but it comes to Fisher. Artest. And the foul on the Suns. As Hill hit the deck, and he's called for the block.
Well, this is the toughness and energy that Lopez brings to this team. You see Gasol trying to block him out with his arm, and Lopez relentless on the play. Or what you're seeing also against this zone, you're seeing Kobe a lot on the left wing. What it forces Amari Stoudemire to come up and try to play him. And that's why he's getting a lot of those shots. There's that little sweet spot we talked about in the first half.
Once again, Gasol not able to hit. A foul committed by Hill, only the second team foul committed by the Suns. Phoenix up by 5 with 6 minutes to play in this third quarter. Stoudemire with the screen. Nash fires for 3. Stoudemire with the rebound and had it slapped away, but he is fouled again.
Andrew Bynum that time tried to show out on the screen, and then he's got to try to get back in the play. Amari Stoudemire is rolling to the rim, and there's no way Bynum can get there. He has to take the foul.
Second committed by Bynum.
Look at the difference in the points in the paint, and so much of that, Mark, would be attributed to the zone defense. You can see in games 1 and 2, minus 28. Game 3, they brought it down to 4 with the zone. Tonight, they're actually winning the battle of the paint. They're also winning the three-point line tonight, plus 6. So good numbers for the Phoenix Suns. Those are 2 areas that we talked about having to wash each other out. The Suns having to win the battle of the 3. The Lakers winning the paint.
Bynum sits down. Lamar Odom checks in. Here's Channing Frye, who had a big second quarter. He'll provide a rest for Robin Lopez. Channing Frye missed his first shot tonight to make it 17 straight misses in this series, and then caught fire. In fact, Frye, the high man in the first half, he had 11. 9 coming in the second quarter. Bryant wide open for 3. And apparently they say it was a 2-point attempt, as the foul is called. It's on Stoudemire, second for Amari.
That's what I'm talking about. See where Kobe Bryant is on this wing. They're going to move the ball. Watch Amari Stoudemire. He's got to try to get in with Gasol, and then he's got to try to get out and cover the corner. That's why they are putting Kobe Bryant on this side, either on the wing or the corner, forcing Amari Stoudemire to have to try to come out and cover him.
With a beautiful setup for Gasol. Are you surprised that the Suns have played as much zone as they have?
I am, because normally a team will find gaps and finds a way to start beating it, but tonight that has not been the case. I mean, Kobe has hit some very difficult shots against the zone.
Nash is fouled, blocked by Fisher. For Derek, that is number 3.
We heard Kenny Smith talking at halftime about dribble penetrating against the zone. When you dribble penetrate, it draws at least 2 people. That time, Kobe, with excellent footwork, stepped through, got his teammate the easy basket. And now Steve Nash going to the line. So now the Suns are a very good free throw shooting team. Would like to take advantage here in the last 5:06 of getting to that free throw line.
And they have had their difficulties at the line here this evening. 6 of 13. Even Steve Nash missed a free throw on a technical earlier, and Steve 94% during the season, a career high, which led the NBA.
And the Suns 7 for 14 tonight. 7 big misses in a game here that's a 5-point game.
Just under 5 minutes to play. Third quarter. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager from Phoenix. Bryant on the deflection played by Hill, and nearly picked off by Bryant. Nash with the lead, broken up. Bryant, Kobe Bryant moving to his right, drilling it to bring the Lakers within 3. And Kobe has 26 points. 11 have come here in the third.
He's such a complete offensive player, Marv. Off the dribble, pulling up, shooting it, posting. Derek Fisher going to get another foul here, hitting Steve Nash in the face again. He's going to need plastic surgery by the time this playoff, with his nose, his eye that got cut. That time it looked like he got hit in the other eye.
And for Fisher, number 4, and it was an inadvertent move. It happened to be Derek Fisher as he put his hand near the head of Nash, trying to slap the ball away. Steve is all right.
And that's 3 fouls here quickly. Right there you see the slash across the face, but 3 fouls by Derek Fisher in this quarter already. Look at this sign, the ultimate tough guy.
Our statistician Paul Evans suggesting that Steve should be wearing a goaltender's mask.
and then they start drawing the stitches on the mask like they used to do, where it would hit you, and that's where the stitches would be.
The old Jerry Cheevers.
There you go. There you go, Mark. I knew you'd save me.
He's setting me up here.
There you go.
79-74. Suns. Odom is open for 3. Rebound comes to Nash. Leaks it out to Richardson, but Odom got back. Good hustle. Here's Richardson. And it's deflected out. Knocked out of bounds. Crowd wanted a foul as Dudley had just checked in. And Bryant came together. They were looking for a foul on Bryant, but the Suns will be in possession.
Oh, you said it well, Marv. Leaking out Jason Richardson. You have to be aware of him. When Odom takes that shot, he's going to go. That time he got out, just couldn't convert.
Suns get the new 24. Richardson on the hand. Oh, Stoudemire misses the stuff. Jordan Farmar back on the floor. Farmar and Bryant in the backcourt. Gasol off the head fake. Foul way off. Rebounded by Odom. Gasol with the follow. 79-76 Phoenix. Nash and Dudley in the backcourt. Stoudemire up front with Fry and Richardson. Nash gets it down low, and Stoudemire came from out of bounds.
You know, Marv, with Derek Fisher going on the bench right now, they're going to need some play from Jordan Farmar. Farmar played well in the 2 games in Los Angeles. Did not play it well in game 1. His first stint out in the first half did not play well. Got the eye of Phil Jackson on a couple plays. They're going to need him here with Fisher in foul trouble.
Bryant.
Man, wow.
Kobe digging baseline and able to hit the jumper off the nice fake.
We've seen 3s, pull-up jumpers, post-ups, fadeaways.
The Suns by 1. Deflected out, last touch by the Lakers. Timeout called with just under 3 to go in this third quarter. Suns have led by as many as 10. They have the sensational second quarter, but led by Kobe Bryant. The Lakers right back in it. Thank you, Craig. This is a Phoenix Suns team that went 54-28 in the regular season, finished as the 3rd seed, 2nd in the Pacific. Just 3 games behind the Lakers. Playoffs opening round, they beat Portland in 6. Semifinals, they knocked off San Antonio in a 4-game sweep, and here they are, game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. Amari Stoudemire continues to hit the shot in the third quarter, and the Suns now lead 81-78.
That's his favorite spot on the court, Marv. Either, like I said, jump shot or that drive that we've seen him use tonight to use his quickness to beat the Laker big men to the rim.
9 of his 15 here in the third. Gasol's pass broken up, but last touch by Dudley of the Suns. How about the numbers on Kobe Bryant? First 15 minutes, not looking for a shot. He went 0 for 2, trying to set people up. The last 18 minutes, he's hit 11 of 15. Bryant, again,
are you kidding me?
12 of his last 16. So Kobe Bryant with another 3 now has 31 points. That's his 6th three-pointer of the night, and the game is tied. Nash gets into the paint, pops it out to Stoudemire. Yes,
Now, he's really worked on that jump shot. When he came into the league, he could not knock that shot down, and he's worked so hard. So now when you try to take away the drive, he can step out there and have great confidence to shoot the ball.
Bryant now down low, trying to post up on Dudley. Bryant with the pass to Odom. Found the clear path. Kobe found him.
You think he draws a little attention? I mean, now that he's hot, guys, if they'll move to the basket, will get some shots.
Fry. No hesitation. It was right on target, but it rimmed out. Tied at 83 as we come up on a minute left in the third. They swing it. Artest is open. And it's handled by Bryant. A mix-up, miscommunication between the Suns. Head fake by Gasol, and he is fouled.
Well, you like the hustle by the Phoenix Suns, but you got to have better communication. It was both Jason Richardson and Channing Frye went up for that ball. It gives a second chance opportunity for the Lakers. Gasol will go to the line. It looked like he and Frye might have banged knees on that play. But look at Kobe Bryant orchestrating traffic. He said, swing the ball. I want it. He just goes up right in rhythm and knocks down the three. Then he goes into that mid-post area the next possession. The Suns run a secondary defender at him, and Odom slices right to the basket for the nice give and go.
Foul on Frye is second. Gasol 3 of 4 at the line, and the Lakers have their first lead since back in the first quarter when they're up 23-20. And a nice stat line being assembled here by Kobe Bryant, who was just one rebound away from his first playoff triple-double in Game 3.
And he's getting a rest right now. Remember, Marv, he played the entire second half the other night, 43 minutes. But with the Lakers coming back and taking the lead, Phil Jackson feels like now he can rest Kobe to come in strong to finish the game.
And we asked Phil earlier, why did Kobe have so much time on the court? It was surprising he played the 43 minutes. Dudley not able to get to it, and they'll jump it up. But Phil telling us that Kobe said he felt good, didn't want to come out. He said there was so many free throws and timeouts that he felt he was well rested in the fourth quarter.
And he said he thought he played maybe the best basketball of the game in the last 6 minutes of that fourth period, so he did not feel fatigue was a factor.
Out of 33 seconds remaining here in the third. Lakers up by a point. And Kobe getting his rest right here, which will be extended in real time. Intermission between quarters, and a foul is called. Dragic, who had just checked in, is taken to the floor. Lakers over the foul limit. Foul is on Falmar. 2 shots coming up for Goran Dragic. There's a programming reminder from executive producer Ice Cube. Comes a brand new sitcom about one family's journey to get there. Are we there yet? A brand new series premieres June 2nd at 9, 8 Central, only on TBS.
Marv, if you remember in Game 2, it was 90-90 at the end of the third quarter. Jordan Farmar had a nice start to that fourth quarter. The Lakers outscored the Phoenix Suns 34-22 to win by 12. And then in Game 3, it was a 2-point game. It was the Suns with a good fourth period. Tonight it's going to be interesting. It looks like we'll be sitting right on maybe a tie or a 1- or 2-point game. Who's going to own the fourth quarter?
Farmar and Brown now in the backcourt. Artest, Gasol, Odom up front. They double up on Gasol. Beautiful move, but it rimmed out. Kept alive by Artest. And they could hold for a final shot of the third. Farmar looking for a pick. Here comes Gasol. Brown for 3. Frye, and that tells us he's not concerned with his shooting percentage.
That's a great point, Marv. A lot of guys would not shoot that ball. When you're shooting it poorly, they would hold on to it, take another dribble, clock would go off, and then they would let it go. That says a lot about Channing Frye.
So the Lakers outscored the Suns 29-21 in the third. Phoenix holding on to a 1-point lead.
Welcome back to Phoenix, where the Suns have a 1-point lead going into the fourth quarter. With me, head coach Alvin Gentry. The scoring production, 41 points second quarter, 21 in the third. What are you looking for in the fourth?
Well, I mean, we got to get somewhere in between there, I think. 41 was a little much, and then 21 is not enough.
Kobe Bryant obviously has a hot hand, but 18 of his points from behind the arc. What adjustments do you have to go on Kobe?
Well, the only thing we have to do is that when you're on his side of the zone, we got to get up and we got to make him a driver. We didn't do a very good job of that. We can't have him just catch and shoot.
All right, thanks a lot. Thank you, Mark.
All right, Craig, fourth quarter is underway. Kobe Bryant back on the floor. The ball was slapped aside. Lakers turn it over.
Pretty interesting here, Marv. Kobe Bryant back to start this period along with Odom and Bynum, and Alvin Gentry has that bench. All 5 bench players that were so brilliant in the second quarter. Let's see if they can repeat that performance.
Rockets with a nice move, turning his way on Odom, who's able to recover. Here's Fry off of that three-point attempt by Robinson, able to keep it alive. And Alvin Gentry back to his bench that did so well in the second quarter. Dragic's shot was blocked.
15 offensive rebounds, though, for the Phoenix Suns. Phil Jackson cannot be happy the fact that the Lakers, normally a very good rebounding team, tonight giving up a lot of second shots.
A minute gone by in the fourth quarter. Lakers down by a point, trying to take a 3-1 lead in this best of 7. Farmar from three-point land.
Now remember, in game 2, it was 90-90. He came out and hit a 3 to make it 93-90. They pushed it to 6, and they had to come back with Steve Nash. So a little deja vu there after game 2 when Farmer started out the fourth quarter so nicely.
Barbosa gets, and he's been shooting the ball well.
Got his foot on the line, a long 2, so Barbosa stepping off that bench tonight, giving the team a huge lift.
He's hit all 4 of his shot attempts, 9 points for Barbosa, and the game is tied. Here's Farmar from the wing, rebounded by Fry. Fry sets the pick. Dudley gets it down low to Robinson.
Now, when you shoot the ball well like Dudley, you got to run at him, and he did a nice job of just attacking the defender. Beautiful bounce pass.
Bryant, Lakers felt there was contact. Dudley for 3. And Odom had it slapped away. Last touch by Dragic. Suns looking to tie this series at 2. Game 5 is back in Los Angeles Thursday night right here on TNT starting 8 o'clock Eastern time. That'll get things going with the studio guys. Shot clock running down. Shannon Brown. Dragic goes behind the back against Bryant. Dragic kicks to the corner. Barbosa. Farmar tried to keep it alive, but he stepped out.
What a play by Dragic, the behind-the-back pass, and beautiful pass to Barbosa in the corner. Just couldn't knock down the open 3. But this is exactly the way this bench wants to play. Push the ball, use your speed, use your energy, everything except the shot just didn't go down for Barbosa.
We serve merely as background. The president with an unsolicited promotional announcement for TNT. In case you missed it, the conversation that I had with President Barack Obama on the pregame will be replayed after the game on Inside the NBA. And Doug, it was a superb job by our producer, Monica Bell, to put it all together.
Terrific interview, Marvin. It's amazing how much he knows about basketball. He was like an encyclopedia.
He follows it very closely. He can name the entire Philadelphia 76er roster for you if you like. Suns up by 2 as we resume, and Barbosa was tripped up.
Well, we talk so much about the Phoenix Suns and how they live and die by that 3-point shot on many occasions. How about tonight, how streaky 1 of 6 in the first quarter. The brilliant second quarter, 7 of 10, where they scored 41 points. Now in the second half, 0 for 8.
Phoenix stays with its bench. Another foul. Dragic was bumped.
Bynum just does not have the ability to get out and try to slow the dribbler down. He gets his hip out there, and Dragic does a smart thing. Drive it right into his hip. Create contact. That's a good play, and get the foul.
Third on Bynum, a quick 2 team fouls called on the Lakers. Shot clock down at 3. Fry on a catch and shoot. Yes!
They said streaky threes. They had missed 8 in a row. That breaks that streak, and Channing Frye pushes the lead to 5.
4 3-pointers for Fry, who has turned it here tonight. Shot clock to 6. Brown rebounded by Bynum.
See, when you drive that ball in there, though, Marv, I've said it before, the big guy comes over to challenge the shot, and now you've got a smaller player trying to keep Bynum off the rim. That's not going to happen.
That stops a 7-0 run by Phoenix. Barbosa open for 3.
Streaky, 2 in a row.
Barbosa 5 of 6 for the game. He has 12 points. That's his second 3. The Suns lead it 95-89. Trying to tie up the series at 2. Lakers seeking to take a 3-1 lead. Here's Farmar for 3. Robinson on the box out of Odom. Dragic putting a move on Farmar. Kicks it out. Dudley for 3. The Suns bench providing the spark once again. The Lakers call for time. Time for the double down can presented by KFC Double Down.
Well, double down has been the 3-point shooting. 4 seconds here on the shot clock. Dragic kicks it out to Channing Frye. No hesitation, Mark. Sometimes that clock winding down, you just got to turn and let it go. Then it's Barbosa knocking the 3 down from the corner. This bench has come in and has been terrific. The kick out, Jared Dudley, 3 in a row. And Kobe Bryant's reaction, that's what the 3-point shooting will do for you. It just changes the entire tenor of the game. And how about Alvin Gentry keeping that bench out there tonight? And Marv, you know what? Working against that zone in practice, this second unit, I think it's helped their 3-point shooting.
Right. 3 for 3 from downtown after missing 8 straight. Fry, Barbosa, and Dudley able to connect. Fisher with some room for 3. Dudley on the box out. Protecting against Odom. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. The Suns up 98-89. Dudley not able to hit this time. Robinson keeps it alive.
Energy hustle at 16 offensive rebounds. Phil Jackson talked about it to his team about 2 huddles ago.
Barbosa and on a switch. Dragic whips it to Dudley. Shot clock to 5. They swing it. Barbosa's shot deflected short. And it's a 24-second violation. The basket will not count.
Now, normally Alvin Gentry likes to come in with Steve Nash at the 6-minute mark. They're going so well, he's staying with the bench. And remember, in that San Antonio game, when the bench went crazy, Dragic had 23, Barbosa in that 4th quarter, and Barbosa had 13. Nash played 3 meaningless minutes. Jason Richardson and Stoudemire did not play at all.
13-2 run here by the Suns over the last 4 minutes. Kobe Bryant has hardly touched the ball during that stretch after the hot shooting. Shot clock to 5. Brown wanted a palm on Fisher. Good job here by Fry. Fry got a piece of it. Fisher could not shoot over Fry. Amundsen. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, Marv, it's interesting. The Phoenix Suns screen roll and what it does to your defense. If you're going to take the guy who's rolling, you're going to give up threes. And then when you gather out to get to the three-point line, you give up the guy rolling. And that's exactly what's happened in this game. And the Suns are either finding the three-point shooter or the guy rolling down the lane. It's been Amundsen or it's been Amari Stoudemire.
Foul on Odom, that's his third. Amundsen has had his ups and downs at the line as we check out the upcoming national TV schedule tomorrow on ESPN. Eastern Conference Final game number 5. Boston playing at Orlando. The Magic remaining alive with the win last night. And they will be on hand in LA on Thursday right here on TNT for game 5 between the Suns and the Lakers. And the Suns have opened up a 10-point lead. They've matched their biggest lead of the night. Down to 5 minutes left in the 4th. Odom looked like he lost the handle. Odom pulls it away from Fry, and a foul is called.
Now, the other day in the game, Marv, in game 3, Pau Gasol got 1 shot in the 4th quarter. He's not getting any shots right now, and neither is Kobe Bryant. The Phoenix Suns are doing a great job, and they're forcing either Fisher or Odom to be the guys looking to take the shot. So it's going to be interesting to see if Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol in this last under 5 minutes can get involved offensively and get some scores.
Foul called on Amundsen. That's the first team foul on the Suns. Odom is 2 of 3 at the line. You see what the bench has been able to do in the 2nd quarter to get things going for the Suns. They're now here in the 4th. And they've done a terrific job off the boards.
43 bench points. And how about Alvin Gentry, the confidence to start this quarter, all 5 guys against 3 of the Laker key players, including Kobe Bryant.
Barbosa, yes! And now looking over to the far side, Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire getting set to check back in with just under 4.5 to play in this 4th quarter. Here's Gasol. He's stopped from behind. He thought he was fouled. He was trapped, and the ball was knocked away. Suns have their biggest lead of the night. Dragic working against Fisher. Dragic on a spin.
Oh, no.
What a move by Dragic.
Are you kidding me? That was with his right hand. Oh.
An 18-3 run by Phoenix. Again, they surround Gasol. Fisher sets his feet, but he was on the line, knocks it down. That's a 2.
But look how hard they're working to get a shot, and look at the guys who are getting the shots. I mean, Alvin Gentry will live with that all night. A tough contested 2 against the shot clock.
Barbosa checking with the bench. Nash and Stoudemire were called back. They were ready to check in. Barbosa lost it. Bryant with the steal. Amundsen is back. Bryant with a nice move sets it up for Artest. And we may see a timeout right here, yes. And Alvin Gentry will make some changes. With 3:05 to play in the 4th, they're on their feet at U.S. Airways Center. Goran Dragic with the shot of the night. Suns 103, Lakers 94. We'll be back to the Valley of the Sun after this.
Hey, remember what we said. All we have to do is win the quarter, all right? Just win the quarter. Hey, we got to rebound every ball, though. We rebound and stay aggressive, okay? Stay aggressive. Let's spread the floor.
Well, Alvin Gentry has to be thrilled with his bench tonight. 54 points off the bench. But look at Kobe Bryant tonight. Got off to a very slow start, 0 for 1. Then really came to life in the 2 middle quarters where he was 12 of 17. only one shot attempt in the fourth quarter. Pau Gasol only one. So their two best players 0 for 2. The Suns doing a nice job recognizing where they want their defensive intensity to go and making other guys try to beat them.
Steve Nash will just check back in, running out on a three-point attempt. It's Steve Nash playing with 4 bench players. 103-94. Suns with the lead. A defensive 3 is called on Phoenix. And now Amari Stoudemire will check in. You look at Kobe Bryant, you mentioned the numbers, 31 points coming in the second and third quarter. He's also hit 6 threes, which equals a playoff career high. During the regular season, his career high, 12 three-pointers in a game. He had 6 against Portland back in June of 2000. So Kobe is on the board here in the fourth quarter with that free throw. The lead is now 8, 2.5 to go. Plenty of time remaining in this fourth quarter. Here's our test for 3. And Gasol is able to put it down.
Well, Amari Stoudemire just coming into the game. He's got to get on the boards. The Suns did a nice job forcing Ortez to take that shot. Here we are, a 2-possession game. Nash and Amari have been sitting a long time. Let's see if they get back into the rhythm of the game.
Nash. Stoudemire sweeps it, and he is fouled, so he will go to the line. What would you say that Phoenix has played zone about, what, 80% of the time?
Most of the night. You see it here again, and see Amari Stoudemire has to be out there to try to play against maybe that swing of the pass to Fisher. Then he cannot get inside. I think he's got to be more concerned about Gasol and let Fisher shoot that three-point shot.
So, Doug, why haven't the Lakers again been able to adjust to the zone?
That's a great question, Mark, because, I mean, the activity level of the Phoenix Suns has been terrific. But here's Amari Stoudemire going to the line, Mark. He's missed 4 free throws. The Suns have missed 9 free throws tonight. If they lose this game, they can look to that free throw line. Dudley going out, Barbosa. And now the Phoenix Suns have all their starters back on the floor.
During the season, the Suns 77%, right around 10th, 11th in the league. 104-97 as Stoudemire hits 1 of 2. We're coming up on 2 minutes to play in the fourth.
I'm telling you, if I'm the Suns, I'm going to make Odom or Artest make some perimeter shots to try to beat me. I've got to defend Kobe and Gasol.
Here is Odom for 3. Rebounded by Nash.
That's exactly what you want. If you're the Phoenix Suns, have Lamar Odom shooting that long jump shot, defensive rebound the ball.
Stoudemire putting a move on Gasol, and it's fouled. He got the whistle.
He's just too quick. I like what Alvin Gentry's done. He's got that little area right off the free throw line extended. About 1 dribble away from the basket. He's getting Amari Stoudemire there at the ball. We've seen him go baseline and use his quickness. Watch where he's catching the ball. He can get to the rim in 1 dribble from there. This time he chooses to go baseline. He takes a little extra bounce and gets the foul. We've seen in many instances Marv go to the middle and get there with that right hand. So once again, attacking here at the end of this game, and more importantly, getting to the free throw line.
Stoudemire now 5 of 9 at the line. And that's on both. 106-97. Phoenix with the lead. Bryant picked up by Nash off the fake. And the foul.
Discipline. You've got to stay down. Steve Nash is not going to block Kobe Bryant's shot. Watch this shot fake. Look at that shot fake, and Nash knows when he's in the air that he has just committed a huge mistake. And Kobe Bryant's one of these guys, when he gets you in the air, he's not thinking 2 free throws. He's thinking 3-point play.
But not able to complete the 3-point play. Bryant with the foul. Kobe upset. He felt Richardson lost his balance, but there was contact. Lakers have been over the limit. That's 3 on Bryant. Richardson will head to the line with 1:28 to play. The Suns up by 7.
Now, normally the Suns are a very good free throw shooting team. Let's see if they can put this game away at the foul line.
Richardson during the regular season, 74% at the line. This his first appearance at the foul line tonight. 10 points, 6 rebounds for Jason Richardson. Those are big free throws by Jason Richardson, 108-99. Suns looking to tie up this series in 2 as they head back to LA for a Game 5 Thursday night. Our test for 3. Good job by Stoudemire.
Now you've made Odom shoot a jumper and Artest shoot a jumper. That's very good defense by the Phoenix Suns. That's exactly what you want to do. Keep the ball away from Gasol and Bryant.
Standing ovation from the crowd here in Phoenix. Nash works the clock. Down to 5 on the 24. Hill, yes. Grant Hill extends to a 110-99 lead, and Phil Jackson takes a timeout. All right, Doug, let's revisit our cold hard facts presented by Coors Light. A look at the keys to the game that you set up earlier.
Well, you talk about when you play zone, a lot of times you keep the team off the free throw line. Only 13 free throws for the Suns, for the Lakers, 26 for the Suns, so they're plus 13. How about that three-point line again? When the Lakers start creeping up around 30, it's bad news. That means they're not getting the ball in the paint. Odom and Artest tonight, 25 points, but only 1 of 7 from 3. How about the encore performance tonight? The Suns bench, 54 points. They had 16 rebounds here in this fourth quarter.
Bryant able to work his way inside with a gorgeous move. It's a 9-point Phoenix lead. Once again, Steve Nash defending on Kobe Bryant. Kobe was able to shred the lane. Timeout taken now by Phoenix. We'll be right back.
Yeah, journey about to begin right now. We've been through a lot of wars, battling at the best, struggles and success. Then hit rock bottom. Now you gotta build back up. Stick with it. Can't stop. Get back to the top again. Keep on rolling. You can't stop. You play these games to win. And being on that journey, that's what it's all about.
Well, Phoenix with the ball up by 9. Alvin Gentry taking that timeout. How do they play it right here?
Well, you want to move the ball to half court so a steal doesn't hurt you. You got Grant Hill throwing the ball in, who's a great decision maker. If at all possible, try to get Steve Nash the ball. He's almost money in the bank all the time at that free throw line. But right now, just make sure you get the ball inbounds, and then you got to make your free throws.
Down to 48 seconds remaining. Artest comes out on Nash. Lakers are over the foul limit. And that's the man you want going to the foul line.
Mark, people don't realize how important the guy throwing the ball in out of bounds is. You have to have a guy that Horton has that clock in his head. And I used to always tell guys all the time, count to yourself, even count out loud. Let the referee know 1, 2, so he didn't get that quick count on you sometimes. And then have the wherewithal, if you need to take another timeout. Don't panic throwing the ball in.
Steve Nash with a career-high 94% at the line during the season to lead the NBA. 5 of 6 tonight. He has 12 points, 8 assists. Goran Dragic getting much playing time this evening. He had 8 points and 8 assists as the backup point guard.
Well, the game was broken open with the bench to start that fourth quarter. It was amazing. And Marv, we've seen 3 games now in the balance. Game 2, 3, and 4, and the team that's come out strong in that fourth quarter has won every game.
Bryant, Suns do not want to foul. Odom is able to knock it down. That's a 3 for Odom. So the Suns now lead by 8, and Artest once again gives the foul to send Nash back to the line. So this will be a free throw shooting contest in these final 34 seconds. Just a moment ago, here's Alvin Gentry talking to his team.
All I know that is when that ball shot up there, you better come up with it, okay? You come up with it for us, okay? You come up with it. No excuses, okay? I don't care if they jump on our back, whatever they do, we're coming up with the ball, okay?
Well, Nash hit the first of two to extend to a 113-104 lead. Suns by 10. Down to a half minute to play. There's Bryant. He was looking for contact, and you can see the Suns stepping away. Stoudemire has pulled it back, and he is hit by Fisher. So that stops the clock with 21 seconds to go.
You know, Marv, it's interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen a team struggle 2 straight games against a team that plays so much zone. You would think there would be some kind of rhythm. And you know, Phil Jackson's teams have seen tons of zone, but he said it the other day. He said, I've never seen a team play zone in the playoffs like that.
And they attempt 28 3-pointers. The other night it was 32, which was a franchise playoff high, so it's very close to the same pattern here tonight.
Well, you take away that points in the paint from the Lakers, you make them a jump shooting team. Marv, they shot 34% from 3 during the regular season.
Gasol gets inside. Hill is on it, and that'll wrap it. Final seconds, and the Phoenix Suns have evened up this series at 2 apiece. A dramatic performance by the Suns bench. They did it in the second quarter, and they did it again in the second half. The Lakers winning the 2 games in Los Angeles, putting up big numbers on the board. The Suns winning the 2 here in Phoenix. They head to a Game 5 in LA on Thursday night. Kobe Bryant did have 38, tied a career playoff high with 6 3-pointers. And then it was 15 apiece for Gasol and Odom. Amari Stoudemire, 21 points. Steve Nash with 15 along with 8 assists. Channing Frye was a major factor after struggling in this series. Channing Frye led the way in the first half with 11 points, 4 threes on the night, 14 points in all, and Craig Sager is surrounded by the Phoenix Suns bench. Craig.
Well, thank you, Marv. That was definitely the story of the game, outscoring the bench from the Lakers 54-20, and Channing, you got it all started. We talked about your individual confidence, but what about the confidence of this entire unit?
Well, you know what we do, coming off the bench, we just want to bring a lot of energy, and tonight we do that. And so, you know, we're not all the most heralded, the best guys out here, but we're going to work the hardest, and we know that every night, and we just love coming out here and playing with each other.
Jared, you're not the most heralded group, maybe. However, you go against that Phoenix Sun first team every day in practice. The fact that you were able to shoot against their zone defense, did that make your shooting that much better tonight?
Definitely. We work every day in practice on the 3-point side. We knew we would come around this series. We came around, now it's tied up 2-2.
Congratulations also here, everybody. Leandro Barbosa, Lou Amundsen, and Goran Dragic. The fact that coach had so much confidence in you. The entire fourth quarter there, they cut the lead. The Lakers took the lead, but he let you guys out there. Were you surprised?
Yeah, we were just happy. You know, I think we did a great job. Our defense really worked, and we were really aggressive on the offense. So I think that was the main thing.
It wasn't just the scoring, but the rebounding and the defense. The Lakers had Kobe out there, most of their first team. How were you able to keep them from scoring so much?
You know, that zone was working. I think we had them frustrated a little bit, and we had the crowd behind us. We were playing with energy, and you know, we kind of made a run there.
6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. You know you're coming out, and Steve Nash is coming back in. But all of a sudden, he's at the table. Coach says, no, you get back out there. I'm leaving Goran in there. How surprised were you?
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised, but second unit, we play really well, defense and offense, so we just play our game, so I'm really happy that we won that game.
And your game was terrific tonight. Let's go back tomorrow.
A magnificent job by the Phoenix Suns bench. Overall, the Suns outscored the Lakers 30-22 in the fourth quarter, most of that from the bench. The 5 bench guys played the first 9 minutes of the fourth quarter, Doug.
You know, Marv, what's sort of interesting, when you look at the 2 games in LA, the Lakers shot 58%. Both games in Phoenix, the Suns kept them under 50%. So that appears to be sort of the barometer for the Phoenix Suns. The zone has done a nice job of that. And I think it's given the Suns a newfound confidence that they found something they think that works. So they think they got a chance to win this series now.
Suns bench outscored the Laker bench 54-20. Suns have now won 6 straight playoff games at home. Overall, they've won 14 of the last 15 here in Phoenix, and the series is even at 2. Game 5 coming up right here on TNT on Thursday night. Thanks to our producer Scott Cockerill, director Lonnie Dale, associate directors Bert Bondi and Tom Heitz, production assistants Jeff Paris and Sam Polis, and our statistician Paul Evans. Again, that final score, the Suns 115, the Lakers 106. So for Doug Collins, Craig Sager, and the rest of our crew, I'm Marv Albert saying good night from Phoenix. You've been watching the Western Conference Finals exclusively on TNT. And coming up in 2011, March Madness, the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament on TNT, TBS, and True TV. That'll do it for us after a quick break. Inside the NBA coming up with EJ, Kenny, Charles, and Reggie from right here in Phoenix.